Hi Cancer, and welcome to your May 2019 general reading. It's funny, I've been really looking forward to your reading. I think of any sign, not sure why. There's a lot of energy going into Cancer. Juno, which is the marriage asteroid, is moving in next week, okay? North Node's there, so there's an awful lot of focus on the month of in the energy of Cancer. Juno is going to square Venus for the first week, which means there's a little bit of tension in the relationship dynamics. Squares are points of friction, okay? They're just part of natural geometry, which means tension is a part of our destiny, Cancer, okay? But once we go over that week, I'm quite excited about what's going to be happening for you. So give me an additional guidance card, please. Oh, sorry. Poised, okay? Lovely. It's almost like you're ready to take on the world, Cancer. There's almost a feeling that I'm ready for this. You know, whatever's coming my way, poised to me is a very, very graceful, very feminine, very, very soft energy. And I mean that from males too. You know, we've all got male and female, but there's definitely a sense of not searching, but just a state of openness to see what's coming your way. So please give me straightforward cards for the sign of Cancer, please. Boy, the readings have been so complex, and I think that's why I was excited about your reading, because I had a feeling it wasn't going to be quite as complex for you, but I might be totally wrong. Let me see. Five of Wands and the Knight of Wands, okay. What you most want is the Hanging Man, okay. The World card is looking at the Hanging Man. Beautiful. The Nine of Swords as a challenge. Okay, Cancer, you've got anxiety going on. Fear of the future. Oh, there you go. Told you you've got Juno moving into your relationships. You got the Sun card showing up. So at least in your, this is what I felt was going to happen, and I think, oh my gosh, give me some fresh air. And I thought about your reading. So the Sun card is about illumination. It's got one message, a Sun card, and it's never anything but relax. It's all going to be okay. Because the Sun card illuminates everything. The Fool card in your money and work. Eight of Cups at a soul position, which might be to do with that Nine of Swords. And then you get the Star card as the outcome. Oh my gosh. I knew it was going to be your very odd, very beautiful Major Arcanas here. Any other message or don't? And then you've got the Judgment card. So the Judgment card and the Death card work hand in hand. You know, we all go, every single one of us go through dark nights of the soul, or periods of our life where things feel a little bit more barren. This is the opposite of that. Okay, this is about new life, new relationships, new pathways, new opportunities. For some of you, this is opportunities that were once buried. Death card, coming back. Always the same message, by the way. And what lies behind you? Funny old combination of cards. The Knight of Wands with the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is a card of head and heart being in conflict. With the Knight of Wands, funny, because the Knight of Wands is about the energy of desire. The Knight of Wands moves forward without thinking about things, so he doesn't get stuck in his analysis, he just acts. But because it's with the Five of Wands, there's a little bit of conflict around action here. And maybe for some of you, a little bit of conflict around moving forward, but your desire nature, just maybe because of that Nine of Swords, some of you might be thinking, well, am I putting my seeds into a barren land? You're absolutely not, by the way, with the Sun card and the Judgment card. But some of you might be questioning that as you look at this reading, especially because Juno is going to square Venus, so there's going to be some struggles around your love nature. It's only for a week, guys, okay? Now, what you most want is the Hanged Man, which means you don't want to live in a state of struggle. You don't want to live in a state of fear of the future. You want to be very, very, very much in the here and now, which is a Fool card, by the way. And it's almost like you want to live and you want to love like there is no future. You know, that's like the Ace of Cups card, when we love completely, but we don't fear where this love's going. We don't look behind us. We don't look forward. We're just living in the here and now. That's what you want to do. And the World card is helping you get that. Very, very powerful. The World card, it's the last major arcana. So there's a feeling, Cancer, that you're launching yourself into the world, by the way, with the World card. It's like, I can and I will. And it's a major card about personal accomplishment. And it's, some of you are just launching. And because you're in this powerful world energy, you're not in the energy of control or worry or trying to make something happen. You're at peace. But then the Nine of Swords is a challenge. So there's a little bit of a, it's almost some Cancers are, 1 minute you're in the Hanged Man and you're in the world. So you're claiming your, I always say you're claiming your North Node, yeah, your destiny point. And then you take a little bit of a step back and you go into the Nine of Swords. I don't even think, I think that might be part of the process, Cancer. And something's only an issue if we decide to make it an issue. If we're gentle with our own processes, oh, that drilling downstairs. If we're gentle with our own processes, then we don't have to make mountains out of molehills, basically. So the Sun card has showed up in your relationship house, so something's coming out of the Moon. So the Moon is when things are hidden from us. It's when they're in the dark, and the Sun is what brings illumination. The Sun in the solar system brings life to everything, and there's a lot of new life happening in your relationship sector, Cancer. And you know what, I'm sitting here and I'm feeling this genuine happiness for you that this is showing up here. All this beautiful new life, because the Judgment card is also new life. After being in this tomb, or this is all this new energy coming to you. It's absolutely beautiful. And if it doesn't get more powerful, you get the Fool card in your money and work. So the Fool is about exciting new possibilities opening up for you. Yeah, new pathways that you've never explored before are suddenly finding their way to you, Cancer. And it's your nodal access, by the way. It's your nodal return. It's always a really big deal, your nodal return. So if it's seeing there's new opportunities coming your way, it looks like it's very exciting. The soul position, you've got the Eight of Cups. So there's something on a deep level that's not fulfilling you, but for the life of me, I don't know what it's going to be. What is the Eight of Cups about? Oh, okay. The wheel. Timing. Always, always, always. That's what the Nine of Swords is about. Some of you are going to get a bit, not a bit, always, when we fall into difficult places, I call it mind the gap. Because when we're sometimes in a gap is when the anxiety floods in, And you're walking into the Eight of Cups because of the Wheel, because maybe a sense of things aren't happening fast enough, things don't happen that way, and that's what poised means. Poised is living in a state of grace, that's ready for things when they're ready to happen. And when we're not in that place, we're in the place of, I'm trying to get the right word, the shadowy realms. And when we're in these shadowy realms, it tends to be a feeling of maybe this isn't working, this isn't going to happen. It's basically being in a state of fight or flight. So your mind's going over and over certain scenarios, and because of the Eight of Cups, it's probably about something or someone not meeting your needs, by the way, because of the Wheel. This is going to change for you. The Sun and the Fool, and the outcome is a Star card. So the Star card is always about healing. And I don't mean that in a cliche. Yeah, she represents grace, but she represents transparency and openness and the expression of our emotions, but she also represents the energy of our soul, yeah? And expressing that and bringing it forward. So what's the Star card about? Yeah, it's with the Knight of Cups. I told you Juno's going into your sign. So I think the biggest dilemma, Cancer, that you're going to struggle with, and I really feel for you because you want to be in the Hanged Man, which means you want to be, because the Hanged Man isn't torture, and sometimes it is torture, but you want it, which means you want to live in a state of flow. But the Nine of Swords is a challenge, so it's almost like you're getting there and then maybe you fall down the rabbit hole a little bit. We always fall down the rabbit hole, Cancer, okay? And then we get up and then we just learn, oh my gosh, there's a rabbit hole, I'm not going to go down it. So we don't go into that state of fight or flight or freeze. Because I think the struggle is going to be around time, because the wheel, and the wheel's a clock. Am I right? I'm trying to find, am I right with the cards? Yeah, 4 of discs. So there might be, this might be for some of you, is there's someone who's so holding their energy back. And you've really, really tried to call on very, very powerful soul qualities. That some of you might be like, damn it, I've had enough. You might get there, but look what happens at the end of the month. The Knight of Cups comes, sharing their emotional self. They come making an offer, and the offer is going to be about a much more state of being transparent and sharing their emotional world. And really, your biggest struggle is working with the clock, essentially. And I think you've got an outstanding reading. I can see how the nodal axis has been changing you. You're very much in your power and honouring your own emotional self. I love it, love it, love it. The struggle you're going to be dealing with is it happening yet? Yeah, that timing, the clock. And I would say that's most people's struggle, Cancer, to tell you the truth. And really the trick to it is, if you were to go on an aeroplane, you would trust the pilot was knowing where he was going. Yeah? That's a trick to this situation. Do you remember when we're children and we're going, are we there yet? Are we there yet? That's a bit of the struggle. And the trick to really resolving that dilemma is to trust that your soul knows exactly where it's going, because I guarantee you it does. So, and your reading's really, really, really clear that whatever has been shadowy is coming into the light, but it's going to be a process. And either because you or someone else is a little bit of an emotional withholder, and we always keep our heart protected because of fear. And when we understand that, because the sun melts everyone's defences, we can begin to smile because we know that the sun is going to melt people's defences, which is exactly what your outcome is. You know what, Cancer, your readings cheered me up. The last readings have been absolute, oh my gosh, I'm waiting for the, yeah, but I had a feeling yours was going to be a little bit different, and it definitely is. And I think it's just, I'm just so happy for you. Something big is going on. Look at all these majors. Anyhow, loads of love, Cancer. Speak to you next week. Goodbye.